Good morning, everyone. शुभ प्रभात एंड नमस्कार। मेरा नाम है अरुण श्रीवास्तव। मैं डिप्टी डायरेक्टर जनरल मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ टूरिज्म से हूँ। आप सभी को आज के मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ टूरिज्म के इस देखो अपना देश सीरीज के वेबिनार में स्वागत करता हूँ। गुड मॉर्निंग फ्रेंड्स फ्रॉम इंडिया एंड अब्रॉड। I welcome you on behalf of the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, to today's webinar, which is a part of our Dekho Apna Desh series, where 71 such webinars have already happened. Various topics related to tourism in the country have been covered, and those have been extremely successful and appreciated by the people who have attended those seminars. Now, I welcome once again all of you before we start today's topic, today's webinar topic, which is on Buddhism and the product which is offered by Indian Railways for the Buddhist pilgrims coming from all over the world and intending to visit various Buddhist sites in the Buddhist Circuit of India. Now, I would start by giving some introduction on the Buddhism and its our relation with the country. Now, Mark Twain, the great philosopher, once said, "India is the cradle for human race, birthplace of human speech, mother of history, grandmother of legend, and great-grandmother of tradition. Our most valuable and instructive materials in the history are treasured here." Now, this is from Mark Twain. Now you can understand what he said is so true and is so apt with regards to our great and beautiful country, India. Now, one such treasure of teachings is definitely what Lord Buddha preached almost about 2005 years ago. Now, India, as we all know, is a birthplace of four great religions: Hinduism, Sikhism, Jainism, and Buddhism. Now, all these religions teaches humankind the peace, which is so important in today's time and the contemporary time as well. Now, as I said, it was almost around 2005 years ago when the Buddhism first started in this world. Now, today the Buddhist teachings are spread across the world. There are more than 500 million followers of Buddhism. India again has close to 10 million followers in the country itself. For the Ministry of Tourism, Buddhism sector is not just about getting and attracting tourists. It's more about the spreading of the message of Lord Buddha, which is love and peace, and the message of middle path. Ministry of Tourism has been aggressively promoting various destinations in the Buddhist circuit. Starting, of course, the birthplace was in Lumbini, Nepal, but after that, the most important places which are related to the life and teachings of Lord Buddha are situated in our own country. Starting from Bodhgaya, where Lord Buddha meditated, and after Bodhgaya, where he got enlightened, he moved over to Sarnath, near Varanasi, where he delivered his first sermon. From there onwards, he moved to Shravasti, where it is said that he spent close to 20 rainy seasons spreading the message and teachings of Buddhism. And then finally, his resting place in Kushinagar, that's Kushinagar in Uttar Pradesh, And there are various other destinations and the sites which are related to the life of Lord Buddha, be it Vaishali, Kapilavastu, and other sites. Uh, for decades, pilgrims and tourists from countries like Japan, Korea, Malaysia, Thailand, Cambodia, China, Sri Lanka, Singapore have been visiting these places in the Buddhist circuit. It is said that Lord Buddha once said that if a tourist or a pilgrim, visit these four sites, starting from Lumbini and then moving on to Bodhgaya, Sarnath, and Kushinagar, it is as good as meeting him and attaining the knowledge of Buddhism. So that is the relevance of these sites to the Buddhists across the world. I would say that जैसे हमारे देश में चार धाम हैं, the way we have चार धाम in Hinduism, it is a चार धाम for the Buddhism in our country. So today we have Dr. Achyut Singh, who is Joint General Manager, Tourism and Marketing from Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation Limited under Ministry of Railways, Government of India, with us. Dr. Achyut is a prominent and experienced travel professional who has his doctorate and master's in tourism management with over 20 years of experience in different aspects of tourism. He is now or would be presenting his side of efforts which Indian Railways has done in terms of delivering the facilities and creating the facilities for the Buddhist pilgrims who are coming to our country. Of course, in last few decades, there has been great improvement in the facilities and the convenience which are given in the circuit itself. So without taking much time, I would like to invite Dr. Achyut Singh to start his presentation. Over to you, Dr. Achyut Singh.
Thank you, Varun sir, and a very good morning to everyone from across India and across the globe. My name is Dr. Achyut Singh, as sir introduced me, and I work in Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation Limited as a Joint General Manager. First, I will thank to Ministry of Tourism to provide this opportunity to IRCTC Ltd to take all of you on a very rich cultural and pilgrimage journey, which is Buddhist Circuit in India, with a wonderful train experience. So that is what today's topic is of the webinar is exploring Buddhist Circuit by train. I hope everyone can see my screen. And so without wasting any more time, I'll start my presentation. Exploring Buddhist Circuit. India is one of the world's most preferred place to experience the culture, philosophy, and religion. Interest of the people across the globe to visit and experience these assets puts India amongst the most desired destinations for tourists as well as for pilgrims. If we talk about the pilgrimage associated with Buddhism, then it is Buddhist circuit that follows in the footstep of the Buddha from Lumbini in Nepal, where he was born, through Bihar in India, where he attained enlightenment at Bodhgaya, to Sarnath, where he gave his first teaching, and then Kushinagar in Uttar Pradesh, where he attained nirvana. So this iconic route includes the places where the Buddha spent time in his life. And so all these sites are over 2,500 year olds. And that is the reason why these are the most significant and revered places for all Buddhists in this world. As Arun sir rightly said, that these four places, that is Lumbini, Bodhgaya, Sarnath, and Kushinagar, these are the Char Dham for Buddhist pilgrims. This circuit is an important pilgrimage destination for over approx 500 million Buddhists across the globe, and also for those who are interested in history, culture, and religion. So, to begin with, I'll give you a brief history how this Buddhism started. I mean, the life of Gautam Buddha, so as to have a better idea of Buddhism and Buddhist circuit. So, about Gautam Buddha, over 25 centuries ago, in 563 BC, a young prince was born at Lumbini near the Kapilvastu on the full moon day of Vaisakh. His father, Sudodhana, was the elected chief of Sakya clan, and his capital was Kapilvastu. His mother name was Maya Devi, and she was a Polian princess. He was named, when born, he was named Siddhartha Gautam. So Siddharth means one who achieved his purpose, and Gautama was the name of his Gotra, his clan. So he was named Siddhartha Gautama. As per the Sakya tradition, when Queen Maya became pregnant, she left for her father's kingdom to give birth. And it is said that he born in the route while going to his parents' home at Lumbini in the garden beneath a sal tree. So the birthplace of Buddha is actually Lumbini, which is located in modern day Nepal, very close to India border. He was raised in Kapilvastu, and which is the Sakya capital, which may be either, if we generally there is a some people in Nepal, they say it is somewhere in Pilarput area, and it is also believed that in India it is near Piprahua. So Prince Siddhartha Gautam was then, when he grown up, he married with Yasodhara, and she was his aunt's daughter. Gradually, as all other father wants to see their son to arise, King Suddhodana also wanted his son to be a great king. But after spending 29 years as the prince of Kapilvastu, Siddhartha finally decided to leave the royal responsibility and family, and he began his quest for a release from the endless cycle of birth and death. So, after leaving his palace, Buddha went from place to place over a period of 6 years for learning and mastering the technique of meditation. In 531 BC, on the bank of Niranjana at the place Bodhgaya, which is close to Gaya city in Bihar, he meditated about 49 days under a Bodhi tree, peepal tree, and then he revealed the three basic components of Dharma, the Four Noble Truths, and the Eightfold Path of the Middle Way. And then from there he get enlightenment, and the Siddhartha Gautama become the Buddha, the awakened one. He then moved to Sarnath near Varanasi, which is around 250 kilometers away from Bodhgaya, and then preached his first sermon to his 5 disciples, 5 ascetics, and this sermon is known as Dharma Chakra Pravartana, or you may say, turning of the wheel of law. So the pillar of Buddha teaching is Four Noble Truth. The world is full of misery and suffering. Desire and attachment is the root cause of all misery and suffering. Cessation of suffering can be achieved by extinguishing desire, and the path which leads to the cessation of suffering is the Noble Eightfold Path. And the noble Eightfold Path are right understanding, right resolve, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right meditation. Now, how this Buddhism spread? The Buddha doctrine spread rapidly across the town and cities of the Gangetic Plain area. After enlightenment, he is said to have spent around 45 years of his life in just preaching and teaching in various parts of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, southern Nepal areas, and diverse range of people were become the followers, the nobles, the servants, the ascetics, and the householders, the murderers also, such as Angulimala. Many of you know the story, and the cannibals also. One of them was Alavaka. His, his son enjoyed the patronage of many kings of Kosala state and Magadha state, and he spent a lot of time in their respective capitals, Sravasti and Rajgir, which is Rajgir now. The Sangha then traveled through the different subcontinent, expounding the Dharma. This continued throughout the year, and except during the 4 months of the rainy season, the Sangha ascetics of all religion, generally they don't travel in rainy season. So beside this rainy season, they travel in different places, and the monasteries and public parks and forests, they everywhere they went and they spread the Buddhism. After 20 years of his teaching career of Buddha, he slowly settled in Sravasti. So he spent around 20 years of his life in Sravasti, which was the capital of Kosala kingdom. And most of his later years of his life, he spent in Sravasti. When he was at the age of 80, in 483 BC, he spent his last
Dr. Achut, we can't hear you. Are you still there? I think Dr. Achut has a some issue of bandwidth at his end. I think he's just looking into that. Dr. Achut, can you hear me?
Arun sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Okay. So, sorry, some disturbance is there. At Kushinagar, he, in the age of 80 years, he attained nirvana, which is called Mahaparinirvana. And after a few months of his Mahaparinirvana, there was a gathering of monks took place at Rajgir, which is a place called Saptaparni Cave near Rajgiri. So this event is known as First Buddhist Council. So this I am talking about the how the Buddhism spread across from India, other continent, and the other Asian countries. So then later Emperor Asok has organized the Buddhist Council at Patliputra, and he sent his son Mahendra and daughter Sanghamitra to Sri Lanka to spread the teaching of Buddhism. And then he took major steps to popularize Buddhism throughout his vast empire, because his empire was very vast. And then um, Buddhism gradually spread in Asian countries, Sri Lanka, Burma, Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, China, Korea, Japan, Tibet, Mongolia, by other monks, traders, and the patronage of powerful kings. So now this is about the life and how Buddhism spread. Now, the four prominent places, the which is associated with, I told they are also like Char Dham, four dhams. These are Lumbini, Bodhgaya, Sarnath, and Kushinagar. So with this circuit, these are the four prominent places, and there are some other places which are associated with the life of Buddha. So I'll tell about the places which are located at these places, these sites. Number one is Lumbini. This is number one because at Lumbini, Gautam Buddha born. Lumbini is in Nepal. It is the birthplace of Lord Buddha. It is located very close to the border of India, 27 kilometers from Sonauli border. And there is the nearest airport is Bhairava. From there, one can reach by road also. The south side is now developed as Buddhist pilgrimage center, where archaeological remains of Lord Buddha are still there. The sacred site is around 4.8 kilometer length and 1.76 kilometer in breadth. And in this area, no shops, restaurants, hotels are allowed in this vicinity under the religious law. And only monasteries are allowed in this holy land. This sacred place has many Buddhist monasteries, monuments, museum, etc. And the famous Maya Devi temple. Maya Devi temple is the most prominent pilgrimage site in Lumbini garden. This temple is dedicated to the Queen Maya Devi, mother of Buddha. And it is believed that this is the place where Gautam Buddha born. And there is a pond near this temple, and this pond is known as Utskarni. And his mother took bath prior to his birth as a ritual in this pond, and also the newly born prince took his first bath in this pond. So this is very sacred, and there are several paintings and stone cards nearby. And close to this temple, there is a pillar which is Asokan pillar. And this wonderful tourist attraction, it is one of the prominent monument and the oldest inscription found in Nepal. It is made up by pink sandstone and a 6-meter tall. It was built by the Asoka when he, in 3rd century BC, when he visited this holy place. Emperor Asoka is believed to be the first ruler to accept Buddhism, and the pillar stand next to the Maya Devi temple. The script written on pillar is in Brahmi language. To preserve this pillar, it has now been surrounded by a fence, and devotees and tourists can light their candles and meditate here. So this pillar and the Maya Devi temple, these two are the most prominent site on Lumbini where tourists visit. Beside these two old places, there are some monasteries. The important one is this Myanmar Golden Pagoda. This golden temple is a magnificent structure you can see in the picture, and it is built in the honor of Lord Buddha. There are prayer halls, residential complex for pilgrims. There is one Peace Pagoda. There is a China temple in the campus. There is a monastery by China, and then a Buddha Vihar, and then important is Lumbini Museum, which is dedicated to Buddha. Several paintings, photos, different Buddhist artifacts are there. So these are the things to see in Lumbini. Then Bodhgaya. Bodhgaya is the place where Buddhism began actually, because Lumbini he born and then he came to Bodhgaya, where he get the enlightenment. From there, Buddhism started. So all pilgrims and Buddhism followers, this is the must visit place. Lord Buddha was wandering near the bank of Falgu river, which is also known as Niranjana river, for seeking his life, answer of his life. Then at Bodhi tree, he sat and meditated and then attained enlightenment. So the place where he get enlightenment, the temple, there is a temple which is known as Mahabodhi temple. It is also called Bodhgaya Buddha temple. This temple complex, it includes two high Sikhar towers, and the taller one is over 55-meter high. It is one of the few marvels of architecture standing from Gupta period. Inside the temple, there is a Lord Buddha statue placed in same position in which he attained the enlightenment. The figure faces east and has a look about it. Other than this, there is a stone with Buddha footstep inside the temple and a standing figure. It is the standing statue is around 1,700-year old. And one more thing, that this temple is a one UNESCO World Heritage Site. Just behind this temple, there is a Bodhi tree, the people tree. This tree is directly connected with the life of Buddha. As I told you that Buddha get enlightenment beneath this tree. He meditated here. So this temple is directly built in the east of this Bodhi tree, which is supposed to be direct descendant of the original Bodhi tree. Post meditation, Lord Buddha used to walk around, and a path was specially created to mark this walk around this temple. And Buddha sat here for 49 days. And Ashoka also regularly paid homage to Buddha's shrine, and a festival also held every year to mark its significance. Then another important is Niranjana river, which is also close to the temple. This river is also known as Falgu river, which is believed very sacred. Lord Buddha used to meditate on the bank of Falgu river frequently. The other site is 80 feet Buddha statue, which is in India, it is believed the highest statue. Then there is a Sujata Kuti. You can see in the picture Sujata Kuti. It is dedicated to a tribal woman named Sujata who offered milk pudding to Gautam Buddha when he was meditated. It is that pudding was the first meal who Buddha consumed after so many days of starvation when he was in the process of enlightenment. Then there are Thai monastery, there are the Royal Bhutan monastery. So these are the important places in
Dr. Achut, before we move on to Sarnath, just wanted to, for the benefit of viewers, who are especially from abroad, overseas places, just wanted to add up, there are various ways of traveling to Bodhgaya. one can travel by train from Delhi and different other major railheads in the country.
Yes, sir.
There are fast trains which super fast train and even Rajdhani train which can take you from Delhi to both to Gaya. It's just an overnight journey. And in Bodhgaya, Gaya, from Gaya to Bodhgaya, just half an hour distance is around 12, 13 kilometers.
Yes, sir.
Now, there are, various types of accommodations which are available in Bodhgaya, to suit every budget,
Mhm.
and during the season time where generally tourists visit, that's between say September onwards and until March or April, and except from this year, which has been abnormal for all of us, because of the COVID. There are regular flights, from Delhi and other places to Gaya airport as well. So Gaya has a airport. In fact, and there are some charter flights from international also directly lands in Gaya during the season time. Now, as I said, there's plenty of accommodation to suit every budget is available there, and there are flights, there are overnight trains, and of course, and by road also it is connected from various places like Varanasi, other places. Now, as you saw, there are beautiful monasteries. Now, apart from the historical sites which are related and linked with the life of Lord Buddha, as Dr. Achut already explained, there are monasteries which are built by different countries like Thai, or Sri Lankan, or Cambodian, or Chinese or Taiwanese. So there are monasteries also, and a lot of tourists would also, when they travel here, would stay in their own monasteries. So it's a very beautiful place. Once you go in, and it is good for a tourist, even if you're not Buddhist but you're tourist, and who would like to have some, or you have some interest in Indian historical and cultural aspects. It is a must see place, and you can easily spend at least 2 to 3 days, that what you need to go around the temple, and various temples, various monasteries, or the 80 feet Japanese Buddha. Or you must get some time to actually you have an opportunity to sit directly under the Bodhi tree. So that's for the benefit of all the viewers who have probably not been there. So one can, within the temple complex, you can directly sit under the Bodhi tree and do meditation and spend some time there as well. So Dr. Achut, now you can move ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The other sites I'll brief description. The next is Sarnath. Sarnath, when Gautam Buddha attained enlightenment, it is 250 kilometers away from there. So he moved from Bodhgaya to Sarnath, where he meet the 5 disciples, and then uh, it was his first ceremony. So that's why this place is very important. And this place also gained very prominence in the life of Asoka when he came. And the famous Asoka pillar, which most of people know, that the Asoka pillar and the lion capital, it was discovered in 904 in Sarnath. So the prominent sites which in Sarnath, the most important one is Dhambeka Stupa. You can see in the picture, it is built by different rulers, initially by Asoka, and then it is also supported by the other rulers in Gupta period also. It is a majestic and massive structure with a diameter of 28 meter and the height is 43.6 meter. So Buddhist pilgrims circumambulate the cylindrical red stone stupa while worshipping. The other is Mool Gandhaputi Vihar. This is a temple, and this temple is built in 1922. 1922 is not a very old temple by Sri Lankan Angarika Dharmapala. He led the foundation of the temple, and then this temple has a big bell at the entrance, and there are fresco paintings inside. which is created by the painted by Japanese painters, and it is very famous temple for Buddhist. And then there are other stupas. The main two other are Dharmarajika Stup and Chaukhandi Stup, and then Sarnath Museum, which is very important because this is the museum where the lion capital sculpture is kept, and then this lion capital was once crowned on the Asoka pillar at Sarnath, which is the official symbol of India. But in excavation, it is found there in a broken shape, and now it is kept in the Sarnath Museum. So about Sarnath, then generally when tourists came to Sarnath, they also visit the old city Varanasi, the ghats of Varanasi, and the Ganga River. Then the fourth important site is Kushinagar. Kushinagar is the place where Gautam Buddha got his nirvana. It is a town in Uttar Pradesh and a Buddhist pilgrimage site. It is the place where Buddha got nirvana, as I told you. And there is a Parinirvana stupa and a temple. The temple, Parinirvana temple, is a small temple, but inside the temple there is a big golden statue of Buddha lying down. It is actually the black stone statue, but generally people used to paste the golden paper, so it now looks like a golden statue, but it is built in black stone. And this statue has a very smiling face of Buddha. It is surrounded by very other the small ruins and small stupas. Then there is a stupa which is known as Rambhar Stupa. This is the place where it is believed that after nirvana, his body was cremated, and then his relics were spread the other places where it was kept in stupas. Then there is a Mathakur shrine. It is also a temple, small temple close to this nirvana place, but the importance is that there is a statue of a single stone statue of Buddha. It is where the Buddha has touched the ground. So this is also important place. So these are the places in Kushinagar to see. Then the other sites which are important in Buddhist circuit is where Buddha has spent his time. The most important is Rajgir, as it was the capital of Magadha rulers before Patliputra. So the sites in Rajgir, the prominent place is Vidyaput hill. So one has to climb. There is a ropeway also. On the top of the hill, it is the place where Buddha used to meditate frequently. So people used to go there. And then the Saptaparni cave in Rajgir, where the first Buddhist council was held. Then there are hot water springs there, and there are pagodas, and there is a jail which is called Bimbisar jail. Only ruins are there. Then Venu one, which is developed by the Japanese people. So these are the important places in Rajgir. It is important because at Rajgir, Gautam Buddha have spent most of the time. Rajgir and Sravasti, these are the two places. Then the Sravasti. In Sravasti also there are archaeological sites. The Jatavan monastery. Here Gautam Buddha used to preach, and there are houses to live for monks. The ruins are there, so people used to.
Yeah, Dr. Singh.
Yes.
Now, before you complete Shravasti, just for the benefit of our other audience, like as Dr. Singh told about Rajgir. Now, see, for the benefit of tourists who are like, visiting, not all the places in the circuit, or maybe wanting to visit one or two. So if you just want to visit Bodhgaya, so you can go to Bodhgaya. As I already explained, there are various ways and means for traveling to Bodhgaya. Now from Bodhgaya, Rajgir is not very far, so that's around an hour distance plus. So you can see Rajgir from from Bodhgaya itself, and from Rajgir within half an hour you can reach a beautiful place. Of course, we all know about it. Is the Nalanda. So that ruins of the great University of Nalanda can also be visited by the tourists. So these three places, Bodh Gaya, Rajgir, and Nalanda could be done in one visit itself. If people do not have enough time to travel to all the places, like Kushinagar, or Sarnath or Varanasi. So that is one thing. Now, of course, Shravasti is one place which Dr. Singh would be explaining about. So we covered Bodh Gaya. That's first site in terms of the enlightenment and the most sacred site. So from Bodh Gaya, you can, as I said, from different part of the world or from the country, you can visit Bodh Gaya, do touring and come back if you wish to. You can also separately visit Varanasi. There are absolutely number of flights from Delhi, Mumbai, trains available to reach Varanasi. Just an overnight journey, around 10 hours, 12 hours journey. And then Varanasi, the Sarnath is within the Varanasi city itself. You can say just 10 kilometers from there. So you can visit Sarnath from there itself. Now, of course, you can go by train or by road from Sarnath or Bodh Gaya to Kushinara also. Okay, that would be around 4 to 5 hours, of journey, or maybe more than that. But if you wish to visit Kushinagar, which is the Mahaparinirvana place of Lord Buddha, where people would generally like to, stay for a night or two, be there at the Mahaparinirvana temple and just do meditation in the surroundings there. So to visit Kushinara, one can go to Gorakhpur also directly. As you know, Gorakhpur is in Uttar Pradesh, and there are trains directly available from Delhi and from Mumbai and different part of the countries. You can visit Gorakhpur, and from Gorakhpur, Kushinagar is close by. I think it's what Dr. Singh is around an hour or so, 70
Yes.
kilometers from Gorakhpur.
Yes,
So
sir.
these places you can go in a circuit form also, and depending on your availability of timing, you can visit individual also. There enough transport and other mediums, different mediums of transport available for the tourists and pilgrims. Over to you, Dr. Singh.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I'll quickly cover the places. Then another place is Vaisali, where is Asoka pillar, and then the relic stupa, and then I'll explain. The Buddhism followers are spread across the world. This is the list of the countries. 15 countries. The maximum number is in China, and then Thailand, Japan, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Vietnam, Cambodia, South Korea, India, of course, and then Malaysia, Taiwan, Laos, US, and Nepal and Singapore. So these are the 15 top most countries about the around population of Buddhist people, and then this is the percentage-wise figure. The maximum is in China, and then Thailand and Japan. So this is about the numbers of Buddhist followers. Now I'll tell you about Buddhist Circuit tourist train. So Buddhist Circuit tourist train is actually it is a train which is conceptualized by the Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation in 2007. It is Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation (IRCTC Ltd) is a Government of India Ministry of Railways enterprise, and it has taken an initiative to operate a special train to cover all these prominent places of Buddhism. In 2007, this train comes on the track, and exclusive exclusive train with first AC and second AC coaches started. And in 2018, I mean, after the operation of around 10 years, Indian Railways had changed and a new rake is introduced. So now it's a brand new train, and the places which are covered in the scheduled itinerary of this train are Bodhgaya, Nalanda, Rajgir. Nalanda, as I told, that it's a close to Rajgir. It's a place where there was old university. It's a great educational center in the old days. Then Varanasi, Lumbini, Kushinagar, Sravasti, and at the last, it also gives the opportunity to visit Agra, the Taj Mahal. So this is about this train. So this concept was to cover all these sites by a train journey in 8 days. So this is start from Delhi. So one can come and land at Delhi and join this train. And within 8 days, all these places will be covered, where there are night stay also in Bodhgaya and at other certain places. And in the overnight journey, you can reach the next place comfortably. And it is a very good train, especially designed for the tourist. And I'll show you the pics of this train. You can see there are 2 restaurants in the train. There are coupes, and there is a sitting area. There is a library. There are lockers for safety, and so all the amenities required are available in this train. So modern cabins are there, washroom, CCTV camera is there, lockers available, restaurant, and this train also get the National Tourism Award in 2009. Now I'll show you one video of this train, so you can just imagine, just visualize how this train is from inside. Okay, so
Yeah, Dr. Chut, you can share your screen again.
sir, so you have seen this train from inside. I'll tell you, there are 3 kind of accommodation option inside the train. It's a first AC coupe, where 2 people can travel in the coupe, and then AC first class, where in a one compartment 4 people can accommodate, and then second AC, where the 4 people can be in one cabin, but it's covered by a curtain, so there is no close privacy inside. So there are 3 options. This train has around total 12 coaches, with 2 coaches for second AC and 4 coaches of first AC class, and there is a kitchen car, all equipped, modern equipped kitchen car, 2 restaurants, and 2 generator cars for the technical reasons. So total 12 coach train, and the capacity of this train is uh, total 96 guests can accommodate in first AC, and total 64 can accommodate in second AC. The total 156 is the capacity of this train. Then the this is the itinerary. It starts from New Delhi, from Delhi Sabdarjung station. We first halt at Gaya. Then from Gaya, the Rajgir and Nalanda can be covered by road. Then by train, from Gaya, it goes to Varanasi, where Sarnath and Varanasi is covered. And then from Varanasi, next stop is Tanwai station, which is close to the Nepal border. From there, people visit this Lumbini site, and Lumbini. Then next site is Kushinagar. It is covered by road only. And from Kushinagar, this train again move from Gorakhpur. Actually, from Kushinagar, people used to come to Gorakhpur by bus, by road, and then from Gorakhpur, this train goes to Balrampur station, which is close to Sravasti. And after visiting this Sravasti site, the train goes to Agra. And for a day visit of Agra, the train terminates to again Delhi Sabdarjung station. So it's 7 night, 8 days trip where these all prominent sites are covered. So if day-wise itinerary, if you see day one, it is started from Delhi Sabdarjung. Day two is Bodhgaya. Day three is Rajgir and Nalanda covered by road. In the day four, this Sarnath visit and Varanasi visit, where the evening famous Ganga Aarti is also covered in this tour. And then next day, this Lumbini is covered. Day 5, day 6 is Kushinagar, and Sravasti is covered in day 7. Day 8 is Agra, and the same day Agra, after covering Agra in the afternoon, train move from Agra, and same day on the day 8 it terminates at Delhi Sabdarjung station. So this is 7 night, 8 days tour. And this
Dr. Achyut, now there's some queries you will take. There are various questions. So one is about the itinerary. So currently we are on the itinerary page. So I'm sure the concerned person must have seen the itinerary, how the train moves from day 1 to day 8. The name of the train, again, there's one question, is Buddhist Circuit Special Train.
Yes.
So that question is also covered. And of course, now the facilities which are there on the train is also covered. One person asked me, how many trains are like this in India? See, this is a special tourist train. Now what happens is, there are thousands of trains in India which are passenger trains, which moves passengers from point A to point B, and one buys the ticket and travel. Now there are tourist trains which are, like, you can say, the package tourist trains. There are 4 luxury trains in the country, and then this fifth one is this deluxe train. Now this is also a package train. Here only the tourists are allowed, or anyone from within the country or abroad can buy the package, which could be of minimum 3 nights or the 7 nights 8 days package.
Yes, sir.
And in between, the general normal passengers from who are traveling from point A to point B are not allowed. Now this train is a fully secure train, in terms of there's nobody else is allowed, and it has your own special security team, your own catering and hospitality team. So on their guides and tour escorts which travel on the train, they keep on giving introduction or information about the train and the site during the train journey itself. So once the train leaves, it's totally sealed and packed, and then no one else is allowed. Even if the train has to stop at some station in between, no general person can enter into the train. So as I said, it is a package tourist train. So please move ahead.
Sir, I'd like to show one video which
I'll just give a few more questions which are important.
Yes,
now,
sir.
see, the train is operational. This whether it's operational post-COVID or not, the train is operational. You can go on the website and see the departure dates, with the fixed departure dates between October to March or April every year.
Yes.
Generally, 2 to 3 departures per month. Okay. So these are some of the questions that someone is asking. So you can check the details of the train on the website also, which some Dr. Achyut will be showing. Now it is the same train. Yes, Mahaparinirvana Express and Buddhist tourist train are same. It used to be Mahaparinirvana Express when it was launched in 2007. However, later on, it is more known as a Buddhist Circuit Special Train. Please move ahead, Dr. Chut. We can
Yes, sir.
finish.
But I would like to show one video which is self-explanatory. You can see the train and the journey, entire everything is there. Then I'll discuss about the dates and all. So, video. Second video.
Gautam Buddha, also known as the Enlightened One, has always offered us answers to the most fundamental aspects of life and happiness through his teachings. Buddha advocated a way of life that is simple and universal. Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation invites you to the Buddhist Circuit tourist train, which takes you through Buddha's journey of enlightenment. The package offers a 7 nights, 8 days journey covering some of the most important destinations related to Buddha's life, namely Lumbini, Bodhgaya, Sarnath, Kushinagar, Rajgir, Nalanda, Shravasti, and also Agra. Begin your journey with a quintessential Indian welcome.
Buddha samannatti tasma sotti bhavantu te yang kinci ratanam loke.
Choose from 2 different types of comfortable air-conditioned accommodation. Enjoy sumptuous international and Indian cuisine in our onboard restaurants serviced by a well-equipped kitchen. Our trained onboard service staff works round the clock to make you feel at home.
It's like a hotel and it's on a train. So that is the uniqueness of this deluxe tourist train.
The lockers in the train and the CCTV cameras guarantee security. This spiritual journey will take you to Lumbini in Nepal, the birthplace of Gautam Buddha. This place is also known for Maya Devi Temple, named after Buddha's revered mother. Accommodation is provided in hotels at select destinations. The journey will also take you to Bodhgaya, where Buddha attained enlightenment. The Mahabodhi temple here showers all its visitors with peace and tranquility. The journey will also sweep through Rajgir, famous for Venuvan and Gridakut. Where Buddha spent several years meditating and preaching. The tour will also cover Nalanda, the oldest university of the world and a significant Buddhist site.
Good morning, everyone. Shortly we are reaching Varanasi. Thank you. Have a nice time.
The tour will take you to Sarnath near Varanasi, where Buddha preached his first sermon. Aided by experienced tour guides, guests will have enough time to explore every site. tranquil boat ride to witness the evening Aarti on the holy Ganges will leave you mesmerized. While on board the train, guests can re-energize themselves with a foot massager or read books from the mini library. The journey includes Kushinagar, place where Buddha attained Mahaparinirvana. The tour will also chuck through Shravasti, where Buddha is believed to have spent 24 Chaturmases, a holy period of 4 months. Finally, before returning to New Delhi, we visit one of the 7 wonders of the world, the magnificent Taj Mahal. As said, it is better to travel well than to arrive. Likewise, IRCTC's Buddhist Circuit to Restrain invites you to embark upon the spiritual sojourn for a profound experience that you will cherish forever.
Dr. Achyut, we can now quickly go on to the cost part, as there are many questions
sir.
which are related to the cost and the schedule if you have for the coming season or
Yes,
for the
sir.
next. Yeah. Um,
In coming season, this train will be operated from September 25th, and then from October to March, every month we are operating 2 departures, and the tour price is 185 US dollar per day for first AC class, and for all 7 night 8 days it is 1,295 USD. In second AC, it is 1,050 US dollar for 8 days, and per night cost is 150. So if somebody is wanting 3 night 4 days apart, then he has to pay 450 US dollar. So this is the tour price.
So is there a limit for the minimum night one can purchase on the train?
The minimum 3 nights.
3 nights.
Minimum
and,
3 nights.
and is it available in Indian rupees also for Indian
Yeah.
tourists?
Yes, sir. It is available. The same the INR rate of the
Okay.
applicable rate will be applied.
Or if some client or say some tour operator or a temple group wants to charter the whole train, is that option
Yes,
available?
then that is also, if the train is I mean the departure fixed departure dates are already decided. So if somebody wants to charter this train, so between these dates, this train is available for charter also. We can arrange the charters, and we can plan the customized itinerary also for them. A small itinerary also can be planned, and the rates will be provided
Okay,
accordingly.
so do you have that departure schedules, say this month or next month or say in March?
But not this year because of
Okay.
COVID. The inbound
Right.
traffic is closed. So this, not this year, but from September onwards. This year September onwards we have our departure. The first tour is on 25th September.
So that schedule is available on the website, and
Yes,
people
this is
can book and make booking from there if they
yes,
wish.
sir. This is available. All
So
these
can
are
you
available.
can you show the contact details and the website address where people can go take more detail?
Yes, it is Buddhist train at IRCTC.com. This is the website
I
where
think,
all the details are available.
yeah, this is most important. I think there are a lot of queries, question and answers, which I can see. I was trying to, reply to those individual questions. However, I feel that most of the questions were related to the cost and, schedule, so which has been now covered,
Yes,
and
sir.
how the itinerary is there. So I would request, the people who have raised these questions to note down these contact details and the website address, so it would be easier for them to take more details from there.
Yes, they can mail also, and we can we will reply, and then all the details are available already on the website, dates, rates, and everything.
Okay, so just to add up, what Dr. Achyut has already explained about the train, and I think your presentation is complete, Dr. Achyut.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I would like to thank Dr. Achut from Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation Limited to give such an excellent and exhaustive, presentation on the Buddhism and the teachings, the key sites which are related to the life of Lord Buddha and Buddhism per se in the core circuit of the Buddhism in India. So he has covered all the details. He's given the details about this special train, which I feel is a wonderful product for any tourist, even individual tourists or the senior citizens, from within the country or across the globe, to actually see the entire circuit in this compact journey of 8 days, where all the services, your train journeys, your bus journeys, your accommodation, your guides. I believe they offer guides in various languages, also even the Thai or Chinese, for the foreign tourists. And the food is also as per the liking of the international tourists is there. So, and the security aspect is also covered. People can leave their luggage in the train itself when they go out for sightseeing or even for the night stay in the hotel. So I personally believe it's a wonderful product for any tourists who are intending to visit to these areas. Now, just to add up, see, as Dr. Achyut explained, this train has also been given a national tourism award, a few years back. And just to add, I think the tourists and pilgrims from over 40 to 45 countries have actually availed the services of this train, including various monasteries or monk groups from different countries. Various celebrities have also traveled on this train. Uh, as this train covers the core circuit of Buddhism, and there are various other Buddhism related sites in the countries as well. So which you can always get details from our website, which is incredibleiindia.org. There are circuits in Odisha or in Andhra Pradesh. There is destination in Madhya Pradesh like Sanchi. So all those destinations are available, and then the destinations which are related to the modern Buddhism, say in northeast where the monasteries are there, or in Leh Ladakh. So those all destinations, apart from this core circuit, are also available for tourists and pilgrims to visit. Is there anything else Dr. Achut would like to add up?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this
So
platform.
I would once again like to thank all the the guests who have joined this beautiful session from the country and from all over the world. Just for the benefit that our next webinar, generally it happens on a Saturday, but the next webinar is scheduled on 22nd of January. And the subject of the next webinar is very interesting for all of us. It would be on Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. So I am sure a lot of most of us would like to be on that webinar, which would be attended, and there would be speakers who have closely followed the life of our great patriot of the country, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. And 23rd January is 135th birthday of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. So I wish all the participants good health, and stay safe, stay indoor. Take all the COVID precautions in whichever country, whichever city you are in, and we look forward to be with you and see you again on 22nd of January at 11 a.m. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. Namaskar.
Thank you.